A top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome, everyone, to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinal. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Vanderbilt Commodores, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Vanderbilt's offense will have the first possession of the game. We have got a tremendous match. Between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Smith wants to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Commodores send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. So Stanford's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that from happening again this week, David?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him, mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press him and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The RPO, it's complete.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Smith dropping to pass. Pressure coming. It's complete. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Handoff from the gun. There he goes. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. From the red zone, looking for a man. Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. And with all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
They'll run the option. Give to the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. On the option. Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just
turning it on. Made a defender miss. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Stanford wants to push the pace.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's 2nd and long.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Brown will throw it. Under fire. Across the 25, he's got room. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. The Cardinal, once feeling the shadow of that goalpost, now moved it out and putting a drive together. Shakes off the defender. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down, he'll throw it. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Stanford! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Going right to work up top. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Commodores will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Commodores! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Man, linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Brown wants to pass. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. That pass falls incomplete, and it wraps up an entertaining first. Both offenses doing damage. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the 2nd quarter. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Pulls it in. It's ball. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Leaves it with the back. Runs through another one. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Send the tight end in motion. Rides to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The Commodores have it with a 1st and goal. With jet sweep pass. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Fires to the end zone. Oh, it's hit.
There were a lot of people. Excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Stanford lines up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They'll leave it with him. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
They'll run play action. Let's it fly. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off. Tries
to get it on the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right? You can go for these situations because it's a really long field goal, so it's not a guaranteed make, or I can be aggressive offensively, and I like the choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And the Commodores moving quickly to the line. Rides the back and leaves it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Commodores will try to convert on 4th down. They'll pass on the 46-yard field goal attempt and go for it here. Trying play action. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They'll ride Davis here. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the right. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got him. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They'll go hurry up here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Black. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Now they'll try the right side. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Stanford comes up with a 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Brown wants to pass. They'll run the screen.
This defense is so well coached. They came into this game knowing that they were going to see some screen passes. On 3rd down, they were expecting it, and now they have a chance to get off the field.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Unloads it downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Hall. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38th.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Stanford quickly to the line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Brown will throw it. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Grab behind the line. It's Harden. Touchdown, Cardinal! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. That's caught. It's Vaughn. Man, he is hard to wrap up as he gets it to the 32-yard line. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They'll try to power their way ahead. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. And the Commodores decide to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the...
There he goes.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The give from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. He'll keep it himself. Still running at the 40. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. Brown wants to pass. Time to take a shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the...
Touchdown, Stanford! Great job by the back on the option.
Good, tough, physical running, driving through the defense on his way for a touchdown. I just love the pad level this guy plays with his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's just able to absorb contact and stay on his feet. Can't do it any better than that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And he finds the end zone again. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Stanford wants to push the pace. Off play action. He's got the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. He'll pitch it. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Smith wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Got his man downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throw.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Snagged out of the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. On target over the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Rides the back on the option to give. Got enough space. Touchdown, Cardinal. How about this back staying on track and getting it on the option? Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Smith dropping to pass. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Might be changing the route. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. He's got him this time. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. The Commodores want to move quickly.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. To the air on first down. They're setting up the screen. Nice move to pick up yardage. They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On the move, it's Ball. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Calls his own number. Turning it on. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. And the Commodores kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got some room headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And right down the middle.
31, Vanderbilt, 21.
Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
Now they'll run the draw. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Drills him with the stiff arm. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Off play action on first down. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Offense in a split backfield. Smith wants to throw. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Now on the option. Now the toss. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Commodores headed quickly to the line. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Pulls and throws off the RPO. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Wants to throw again. Firing to the right, complete. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Smith dropping to pass. And they can't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one...
Oh, he's got some space. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Commodores have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Dores! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
He'll bring it out. It's Davis. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they've still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Finds his man down the middle. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. New set of downs after the completion.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Safe completion on the screen. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And the returner will be knocked down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score, your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing in that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Smith wants to throw. Trying to set up the screen. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
Makes the catch. It's Vaughn. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. And they come out with a field goal lead. Defense just got to stop now to capitalize, David.
Yeah, keep the momentum going, right? Defense did a great job. They held serve, got you the football back, Jesse. Let's go get some points.
And I'm curious to see how they're going to do this. Are they going to be aggressive after the defense got the stop and take a shot? Or are they going to try to be more conservative here and bleed the clock?
2nd down, and the defense has no choice but to sell out to stop the run. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Brown will throw it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got him downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked